Okay, let's go. So we are live, and it seems that I'm going to do the live alone. Anyway, this will be a cool video that I'm trying to do for the recording, and that will be available on the LN Room. So let's lnroom.live. So I will post that recording there, so you can see what we did today. So let's go. So a few months ago, we did a live which was called Core Lightning Plugins in the 2023. And the goal was to we see there that on the left that we've listed a little bit what can be done with plugins in 2023, and also all the people that contributed to the plugin. So I think that there is more than 100. How they can be done, the videos, and also some lives, some articles, so that we can have the Core Lightning community some place to go when we want to understand the state of Core Lightning plugins in 2023. Today, we're going to do something similar in the essence, which is to talk about remote control of Core Lightning nodes in 2023. So when we are, so I leave the first screen where I try to put every libraries, plugin, and services that allows to communicate with remotely to a Core Lightning node, and we are going to see if there is some trade-off where they can be used or not, and what is already implemented, or how they can be used, and also for each library, plugin, or service that that allows to connect to a node remotely, the application that already are doing it. One thing is that we remotely is really just we are not running the application on the node machine. So we are remotely. If we are on the node machine, we won't use those methods. We could, but this is not the way to go, because we have the lightning-rpc files that let us connect to the Lightning node via Unix sockets, and this way we can send methods and receive on the they run on the I can send JSON RPC request to the node. They are run on the node, and everything happen via Unix socket. So we don't need all where we see on the screen to do that. But let's say that we have the RON running somewhere, and we want to do stuff. So what we see there, it doesn't talk about the notification, but we are going to see that there is also the Lightning notification. So each time, not for all the events that happen in the node, but some of the events of Core Lightning node are exposed via notification, and so we can subscribe to a notification or receive those notifications. So this can be done at the level of plugins. So this is something that we can do, and plugins so far runs on the machine, but there are 4 services, 4 ways to do it also there. So let's start with that schema, and we can see also a little bit further the headline that we are going to look at. So there are some links. Maybe we're going to click on some of them and to see. So we have the command plugin, HTTP request, the notification, gRPC, green light, and I tried to find some of the videos that talk of each of those methods, and also what we did on LN Room. So if we can go back there and see on LN-Room. Okay, so we can see that we started in, I think, in July. Okay, so after talking about the plugin, we're starting in July talking about remote control. So we've seen the introduction of Commando and also the system, the Rune system, authentication and authorization system offered by Core Lightning. We've seen here on the left, there's some library that uses Commando. So we are going to see what it is. So an application written in Go that exposed the bookkeeper data. A web app, we have seen how some details of the implementation of LN message, which is also a client library for Commando, Node.js application. And then what we've seen, okay, CLN Rust, so the last, the new things in the Core Lightning release 23.08, which is the built-in now REST plugin, so that expose every RPC command via HTTP, so we can get that via HTTP request. We've seen recently how to test Core Lightning libraries on apps that are built on top of CLN nodes. So this is under on that category of remote control also, not only because plugins too can be tested with PyLN testing library. And the last one was about CLN gRPC plugin, which expose some most of the built-in JSON RPC command of Lightning, so of Core Lightning. So this is for these are more tutorials on how to use those things. But now let's go there and look at Commando. So we can see at the top. So we have this is a plugin how it works. So if I'm wrong, please, and you see there are some places where there are question marks that I wasn't sure, so I didn't put any things, and maybe I'm wrong. So if I'm wrong, please reach out, send me an email or direct message to correct that. And if I missed any library or any application that can do remote control on Core Lightning nodes, please tell me so that we can have a complete, comprehensive document where we see a whole that has been done and is already being done about Core Lightning and those things. So the first one is Commando. So Commando is a plugin in Core Lightning. And it does in Core Lightning does the two things. It acts in some way at the server side and as the client side, and it defines some command messages, and so that any library that implements command messages, so that can send command messages to the Commando plugin running on the node, will be able to run a command. And that command can be run only if we authenticate with a rune. So I'm the node, and let's say this is a node that we control, and we want to give access to run some command on that node using a Commando library. So we need a rune. So the rune we generate it with on the node. And that rune gives us, can be restrict what we can do on the node. So maybe we can run only some commands. Maybe we can run some command, but a number of time before the next 5 minutes. So there are some restrictions that we can do. And then the libraries that send Commando messages to the node. Okay, I hope you see my end. Let's see there. Go back there to see. if you see my hand, okay, so I need to talk like that so that you can see. So now I'm no longer alone. Hey, Fashkapian, happy to see you there. I don't know since when you are, but we are describing some of the methods, and some of the applications that use LN messages. I know that you wrote some of them, so I think they're not all listed, but one of them is listed. So let's continue. And if you have any question, I will go back and forth from that screen on the other, and so we can see that. So we have Commando plugin, and what I was telling is that with the run we can send Commando messages. The important things here is that when we are a library that want to send Commando messages, how do we do that? How do we have the connection with the node? Yes, the connection is done as the library acts as a node. So the library needs to implement Bolt 8 and part of Bolt 1, and just the part that does the I don't know how do they call it. I don't remember, but the transport layer. So we send messages, and those messages are specifics to Commando, and inside them we pass the run. We need the node ID to connect to the node, and we do those things. So it's not available everywhere because still Lightning hasn't won the whole world. But maybe at some point the Lightning network is so obvious and everywhere and in every app, so that maybe that part of the protocol of Lightning protocol will be implemented. So Commando maybe, but their library that already had implemented that part, and let us talk to the node with Commando. If you have your node where you want to run a command, you can also simply use another node anywhere else. Why? Because a core Lightning node implements the two sides of Commando. So it can receive Commando messages and run command in that node, and can also send those messages. So we need that. The two big library that are in the market, if we can say, is LNSocket and LNMessage. So these are Commando library that can send messages, Commando messages, and do what we've just told about. There's one thing that I haven't done, so I don't know exactly how it works, but we can see in the note that we have that. So for WebSocket, it seems that we can enable WebSocket on the node, so it's possible on the node where we want to run to send Commando messages on the run command. But if we do that in the browser, we need to run to have the WebSocket with SSL or TLS, so SSL TLS. So there are some things that can be done. And maybe at some point we need to use some WebSocket proxy, so that a server that receives the WebSocket connection, and we send them to a normal TCP socket to the node. So I didn't try. Maybe I will try this in the future, but it's not. There are not limits. I just told you what can be done or not on some of the nodes. If you have any, so here we have, hi, maybe it's Drew or any other CLN community team. Nice to see you today. We are in. So we continue. So we have the Commando, LNSocket, LNMessage. So interesting thing is that we have nothing to do on the node, maybe just the SSL or TLS certificates. Now, if we want to go more into the, sorry. because now how to do that. Now maybe I show you the 4 way to we can do that, and then I show the application, and we have that. So next we have HTTP request. So the benefits of HTTP request is that the library that implement HTTP requests are everywhere. So when the node expose JSON RPC request in some way, in that case, so we have CLN REST, the new built-in REST plugin, selecting REST that is there for some time, that has been there for some time on Sparko. They expose JSON RPC request as a web service. So we do request and we get those things. So in the notes, I put almost a question mark, but we don't have to do nothing except that we have to start uploading into the node part in order to transform the JSON RPC command method into a web service. So we have CLN REST that uses the authentication, which is a rune. C-Lightning REST uses macaroons, and Sparko, they have a key. So at some point, I think that they generate a key that we key with restriction that we can use in the request. But I never used the Sparko, so I don't want to say something that I'm not sure. And I'm not sure if they expose all the RPC methods. So Commando and Commando libraries expose all RPC methods. Also, the RPC method define at runtime when we start a new plugin that adds comment. This is available with CLN REST and C-Lightning REST too. And I think Sparko, but I'm not sure. Let's continue, and then we are going to next thing. So CLN gRPC is the plugin in Core Lightning, built-in plugin that expose most of the JSON RPC methods of Core Lightning node via the gRPC protocols. The authentication is done with MTLS certificates. And 2 things to note with that. So why? I think that if I'm wrong, please tell me, but I think that people like gRPC because there are some, they use protocol buffer, so they send binaries and it seems to be fast, or they are existing benchmark that say that it's fast. So maybe people use that for that reason, maybe other. But one thing, it seems I read that it can't be used in browser or it's complicated. I don't know if someone know in the chat. If you know more, please tell me. Another limitation is, and we've seen that in the previous lab, is that not all RPC methods are accepted. So if you are using some plugin that expose a command that you want to use remotely, this is not the gRPC won't let you do that, because when we use gRPC, what happened is that there are a node.proto files in Core Lightning repository that has all the defined JSON RPC method fixed. So at this is a static time, so we don't do that. We don't add them after, and that file is used to define to build CLN gRPC plugin, and also to build the library. So last time we did it with Python to build the library that we use to communicate with the node. So those files define the service that we use, so the methods that we agree upon. So this is something to know about. And there is a new one, which enters. This is not a library. not a plugin, but a service by Blockstream, which is called Greenlight. So this is really new. I never used it, but they offer, and so I think here I'm wrong. Okay, so I removed, and I will put that because maybe this is done in another way. Sorry, I'm not sure, but Lightning as a service, as we can see in the node, we'll see after something else, is that Blockstream run the node for you. Okay, so they run the node. They give you some keys and some certificate that that you have to subscribe in their website to access to the node. And the cool things, really innovative, that is the first time that is done ever, is that the signing part is not running on the Blockstream server, but is running on the client. Any application that is built with Greenlight will have the key, and this is the application or the user of the application. So the user is in control of the funds, and Greenlight take care of running the node for you. And this is possible thanks to VLS. So maybe we can check VLS. I think this way we are not going to check it after, because this is also something really. So this is a really new tech for everything. So keep your keys safe. So improve Lightning Network security by putting your keys separately. So in the videos at the end of that file that I will share in LN Room, there are 1 or 2 videos with Ken, which is writing with other people Lightning Signer, and explain how it works, why this is important now, and also in the threat of the future, to have the node doing something like a gossip or many other things there, and having the keys somewhere else, and any operation that needs to be signed is signed on the client side. So I hope this is I did it the right way, and I didn't lie by not knowing enough about that subject. So another point to know is that RPC methods, not all RPC methods are offered, but only the ones that are in the node.proto files. The same files that define the services of a gRPC plugin. So this is something to know. But maybe let's go to that file, because node proto, and we see this is that file where we have the service defined. And there we see that we are getting full experience. We are all the command that we really we need to do payment, and this is what we want to do in general when we use the Lightning Network. So half an hour passed, and I think that I talk about the main thing. So Commando, the CNN REST and the HTTP request, gRPC, and Greenlight, which is a Lightning as a service. So when I was preparing the live, I was thinking it's cool to be late at the parties sometime, because there are so many things that have been done before that are really interesting, and either you can use it directly, or you can be inspired to build on top or to change a little bit. But it's really cool to be there right now. So I did not know about the Lightning Network a few years ago, and now you have all of those things. So this is really a cool feeling. So let's continue. We've seen almost all the aspects. Before we talk about the application that use those services, not those services, but those ways to talk remotely to a node. Let's see one thing that we didn't talk about, which is the notification and how they are done. So CLN REST expose all the notification, all the events of that happen in Core Lightning via a WebSocket. And I think that in the next version, to have access to the WebSocket, there is a need for a rule, but not in the 23.08 and 23.08.1. But after this will be required. C-Lightning events. Okay, so C-Lightning events also, I think it's a plugin, and it offers a WebSocket. I think that there is no authentication. This is that way. Sparkle that we've seen before that expose HTTP JSON RPC command via HTTP request. Also, we can tell it where to send those events and those notifications, and they use server sent event. So I think it's a one-way. No, it's a one-way. Yeah, I think it's not like it's different at webhooks, but this is a one-way. So the application is waiting for Sparkle to send those events, and then we have the last one. Sorry, it's not called like that, but it is Lightning webhook, and the same. So this exposes the notification, but this time with webhooks. So this part of the CLN notification, it's not really remote control in the sense that we don't control the nodes. We do nothing with notification. We are passive. Our application is passive, and maybe we'll do some other stuff if we've paid an invoice and we receive the associated message. Maybe we do something in the UI to tell the user that this has been paid, okay? But we don't control the node. But as this is something done remotely, I thought it was useful to put it there. So there's one with GraphQL, but I've seen no application using it. So, but it is there. We have gRPC, green lights. Okay, the articles. Okay, do you have any question? If you have some question or not, and then we are going to see some of the application, what they are using. Okay, so I continue. So thanks for you guys to be there. I was thinking I was going to do it alone, but I'm not. Let's continue. So before the application, the two articles, we see that there are other articles that can be useful that will be on LNRoom. So this one is by Rusty Russell. Okay, so tips on remotely controlling your nodes. So there are some tips to do that. Interesting. And this one is by Christian Decker. So Rusty Russell is the guy who implemented the Lightning network with Core Lightning, and Christian Decker, which is the lead developer right now of Greenlight. Also, there are many videos. Developer of Core Lightning on all of those things on the protocol too. And there is this article, so connecting to CLN, if you prefer graphics. So we see gRPC client, REST client. We don't have CLN REST because it was done before. And here we can see CLN. Those one are done not at the plugin level, but on the machine. So this is when we run on the same machine. The other are remote. So there are those two articles that are really quick and to the point for those things. So we go to some application, and we are not going to see all of them. Maybe in 10 minutes we are done. We are going to do something short today, but they are going to be all on LNum. So LNSocket, this is the libraries that we've seen, and let's look at there are many applications. We have LN WebSocket proxy. So I told you about before. If we run something in the browser and we want to connect to another node, maybe that doesn't run with WebSocket, so we can use that. And let's see that the same way for LN message. So this is the library, and also there is a WebSocket proxy. So we have LN links, which is done by also GB55, and a new one there. So let's show those two one. So this one, LN link. So it's a simple application. So maybe we can show the application. So this is an iOS application that lets you connect to your node and control your node on iOS. And the second one also using LNSocket, also an iOS application, and that was just released a few weeks ago. So release, I shouldn't say release, but open. So it seems that there are no release yet, and you can see it's in beta, but many things are happening. Many things are going to build. So if there are some of you that uses an iPhone and want to try it and maybe give some feedback to Fontaine N3, cool to the development. So Core Lightning Wallet powered by LNSocket. Let's see what, so LN message. LN message is only for JavaScript. So there's no, we won't see a native app, but there are, so the main app, we can see, we can tell that this is from Clams. And we are going to see that. So browser you ask for your Core Lightning node. This is also a PWA application. So you have it on your screen, and this uses LN message. So if you need to use it because you like the design and how it's done, you can use it. Or if you want to take some ideas how to use LN message, this is a really complete application that uses this. So we can see there the screen that we have. So we have those one. If you want to build on that kind of application, so I think this is that one, apps docker, create a Core LN app. So with that, this you have a boilerplate for creating a Core LN web app. using a Svelte kit, and what else? This uses LN message. Okay, so if you need to get started with, you have some ideas and you want to do something, you can try this one. As we have FastCapian here, but I have already this here. So with so we have LN Play Live. So let's show that one. So if I'm not wrong, FastCapian, this is what you've done with your team. I don't remember the conference. Maybe you can tell me in the chat if you want. But so you can rent a private Lightning network, and this is those nodes run on the reg test, I think, for you, and so you can teach people how the Lightning networks works, and you don't have to do this yourself. And why we're talking about that specific application, this is because their front end, so your front end is this one, so LN Play front end, and we can see that was bootstrapped with Create Core LN. I think, if I'm not wrong, this is that. Yes, so this is with that Create Core LN app. And so the front end is using LN message, so the Commando plugin. So via that application, so this is cool. We see that one. And let's say there that one also Roy Beef, but let's continue, because I wanted to mention one which is done by Element Project, and that is done by Shana, which is CLN application. So that one also uses LN message, and we can see the design, and also uses LN message. So, and this is the app which is used for Umbrel and Start9, if I'm not wrong. So many examples, or many maybe you just want to use one of them, but this is really cool things that there's so much examples that we can use with LN message. So everything there was for the Commando plugin. HTTP requests, so maybe they are well known, so we are, I won't click on them, but C Lightning REST, so the plugin that exposed with the JSON RPC command with C Lightning REST plugin, written by Write the Lightning, because they needed it to their application. So Write the Lightning uses that plugin. Also Zeus, or Zeus, I don't know how you say that. I'm French, so for us we say Zeus, and maybe for English people this is Zeus. I don't know. But Zeus uses also Sparko. So Sparko is another one, and Sparko is the one used by the Spark wallet. So maybe some of you are using a Spark wallet. Sparko is a plugin, and that exposes a JSON RPC request as a HTTP request as a web application. So that said, there are other, but as it doesn't seem to have any application uses it, I put them there. And CLN REST is really new, so we'll see in the future if some of us are using to develop a really interesting application. GraphQL, gRPC. Okay, we are almost done. gRPC, yes. So gRPC, there are two big, one big application which is Torque, that is using gRPC to connect, and Torque. How do they? Okay, it's better to take. Okay, So here we can see how they present themselves. So Torque is an advanced node management software that helps Lightning Node operators, so it's for Lightning Node operator, analyze and automate their node. It's designed to handle large node with over 1,000 channels, and it's offer a range of features to simplify node management. I think you can also run different nodes on it. You can also run Core Lightning Node and LND node. And if you don't know them, here, no, video, LN socket, gRPC, there are some, so Henrik did live on community Core Lightning, so where we are right now, so built on L2. So presenting in 30 minutes how to use the software. If you are interested, you are not a runner, maybe you already know it, and also more explanation in details and about what Torque is all about. We have that. We have other applications that use it, and let's end with Greenlight. That's really new things that have been released to commercial user right now. Last 2 weeks ago, I think. So we remember Greenlight. If we don't remember that Blockstream run the node for you, but you are in control of your phone because thanks to the VLS project and that have the signer, also the keys, your keys, on the client side, and they communicate. You need to ask for some keys and certificates to you have to register on Blockstream. And the Breeze SDK. So if you don't know, this is one of the, I don't know if it is the first, but Breeze SDK in offer. So anyway, let's read. It's better, so I don't want to say something that they are not doing. So enables mobile developer to integrate Lightning and Bitcoin payment into the app with very shallow learning curves. Use cases are endless, and crucially, this SDK is an end-to-end non-custodial drop-in solution powered by Greenlight, and they also have an LSP and on-chain interoperability. So, but this is there are one part of, and we can see, I think that they have there, we can see the photo of their infrastructure. So there is a SDK, and the Lightning node, okay, is run by Greenlight. Okay, so that means that the signer and the person who have the keys of the people that build application with Breeze SDK will be the end user. So, okay, so I think that's it for today. For today, I think I've presented all I find on the internet about remote control of Core Lightning node. Maybe one take for the end. This is super cool to be with you and to be in the Lightning network right now. So much things happening everywhere. So if you have any question or comment, let me know. I hope Fastcapen I tell the truth about LN Play, and I don't. Okay, so if there's no question and everything went wrong, it's way easier to get the thing go right when you don't have to write the code. It seems. So that's it for today. Are you okay? Okay. Bye-bye. See you in the next live.